So the Nuggets win the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So out there for the Nuggets right now. Down low, it's Fareed and JaVale McGee. Lawson at point with a follow. They're in the backcourt. And it's Chandler in at the small forward position.
Well, you talk about effort and energy being a skill. Some people talk about those things as skills. And Kenneth Fareed is a 10 out of 10 in that category. 6'7" power forward. His athleticism and relentless motor allow him to play much bigger than that.
Here's Lawson. Following the basket by LeBron James. The shot's good from Lawson.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
Irving kicks to James. Verajao setting the pick for LeBron. Love outside. Back to LeBron. Lock at 6. Lawson's against Irving. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Fareed, a screen on Irving. Lawson dishes to Fareed. Denver passing it around. And a follow kicks to Lawson. Shoots from the elbow. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Irving with it. The drive by Love. And the shot is good.
He put that lead pass in perfect position for his teammate.
Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lawson against Irving. And McGee kicks to Chandler. McGee with it. He's picked up by LeBron. And Lawson gets it to go on the assist by Chandler. Lawson's got his second basket of the game.
And the layup just gift wrapped right there. I mean, he had a clear path to the basket.
Lawson against Irving. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Red hot right out of the gates. 4 for 4 shooting.
Lawson kicks to McGee. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I briefly spoke with Brian Shaw. He said that the key to the game will be how well they defend Kyrie Irving, adding he's shown himself to be one of the premier point guards in the game already. Whether it's passing, shooting, or penetrating, we need our guys in the backcourt to really get up into him. And our bigs need to be ready to bring him. Guys, you can bet that Irving will be their focus defensively.
Thanks, Doris. Follow kicks to McGee. Fareed outside. A shot by Lawson. Wide open. Hits the jumper in space. Lawson's got 6.
How about this? They're shooting 80% so far. I know it's early, but offensively, they look great.
Verajao passes to James. Passes it to Waiters. Good, and the assist goes to James.
That's 10 straight points in the paint. I mean, defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low.
Now, here is Lawson. He's got 6. A follow outside. Launches it. And the shot is good.
Here in a follow.
Flowers got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
James outside. Back to Verajao. And Waiters kicks to Irving. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Nuggets trail.
Well, Denver in the post-Melo years has been a collection of good players, but you always have to wonder if they'll have a low ceiling because this team does not have a so-called superstar.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
The dish to Verajao. He feeds it to James. He kicks to Waiters. LeBron outside. Lets it go from the wing. Excellent D there from Aflalo. At that point, Denver has done well without what most would call a superstar, but obviously that takes its toll come playoff time.
It really does. I mean, you need somebody that you can really rely on as your go-to guy, the one who gets it done for you in the clutch, and they haven't quite established that player, and yet they're still competitive.
Here's Irving, following the basket by Kenneth Faried. Can they get it? Here's LeBron, hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. That's 5 baskets in a row, and they've all been practically lay-ins.
Yeah, they've got to harden and toughen up down there, guys.
Now here's Faried. He has 6. Aflalo dishes to Lawson. Shoots from 14, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Ty Lawson's somewhat undersized at the point guard position at 5'11", but he makes up for it with his strength, and he really competes defensively. He is not easy to push around.
At the line for the Nuggets,
and for Lawson, the issue defensively, not so much getting overpowered Clark. There's just certain shots he can't get to.
Yeah, well, he's not the biggest guard. I mean, he's actually one of the smaller guards we have in the league, but he's powerful, he's explosive.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
And he does, on occasion, get outsized, and he just has to do the best he can in those situations.
Ty Lawson hits them both.
Oh my gosh,
Well,
I just
the
got
Nuggets
that.
missed the playoffs last season for the first time in over a decade, but their star point guard, Ty Lawson, had his best season yet, with career highs in scoring and assists.
Here's LeBron, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
That's his comfort zone, so defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
Here's Aflalo. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Aflalo's got 5 points so far.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
The Cavaliers trail by 5. And for Ty Lawson, Steve, he strikes a great balance between his own scoring and making plays for his teammates.
Well, he's a true point guard, but he's got shooting range and the athleticism and strength to take it inside and finish despite his smaller stature. He really plays bigger than he is because of his lower body strength, Kevin.
Here's Lawson. Following the basket by Kevin Love. The shot's good from McGee.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 6. Here's LeBron. Buries the easy one. James has got 6.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominating.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense. Just keep firing.
Lawson is doubled. And Aflalo wide open. He shoots. And it's Denver scoring again.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Lawson against Irving. On the wing, James. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his first personal
LeBron
foul.
James is able to do everything on the court. He's also looking to expand his horizons
Shooting
off
for
the court.
Cleveland,
Plans to star in a movie.
James.
Even helped develop a TV
2
series
shots.
based on his life story a little while back. And so he's exploring various avenues of self-expression.
And the first one at the line is good. And, you know, talking about LeBron, he even toyed with the idea of applying for the role of Players Union president.
Yeah, as if he doesn't have enough on his plate already. You know, LeBron obviously so busy with all of his endorsements and advertising, but also trying to carry this franchise. I think it was better for him to avoid that Players Union job.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Well, we can talk all we want about LeBron's incredible skill level, and that would be a day-long conversation. But he quite simply could be the most incredible physical athlete that I've ever seen, certainly playing basketball. I mean, you could maybe take that to any sport. Strength, size, speed, endurance, quickness. He's got it all, and he brings the mentality that the great ones had.
Here's Irving. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Love kicks to Waiters. Clock at 6. Here's LeBron. Here's Thompson. Love trying to break loose. Thompson with the bucket.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Here's Mozgov. And Lawson, here we go. And the rejection by Love. And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way. And Waiters with the stop.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast breaks.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about it.
And Steve, with the NBA and the new motion tracking cameras, even at his size, LeBron still one of the fastest players in the NBA. On the court, they say he can exceed 20 miles an hour.
That's incredible. I mean, that's track star speed, and then you think about his upper body strength. You know, the size and the strength and the speed, it's a combination that it just doesn't exist anywhere else in basketball.
Here's Mozgov, following the basket by Kevin Love. Chandler kicks to Lawson. Great D that time from Irving.
This touch has disappeared on him this quarter. Just hasn't been able to get it going.
Thompson passes to James. Dishes it to Irving. Love with the screen on Lawson. From deep three-point range, LeBron, no good. The Nuggets trail, and now the Nuggets fast break.
Cleveland foul call. Kyrie Irving. That's his second personal foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
And the points they're getting in the lane will really help them open up the floor.
You know, one other thing that's clear is how well they're burying their jump shots here in the early going.
Aaron Aflalo coming off his best season yet, Steve, an 18-point-per-game score. Shooting well from the field, three-point range, and the line.
And, Kevin, when you think about the efficiency, it's made even more impressive when you consider that he drew a lot of defensive focus.
That one misses.
And, you know, Aflalo has always been a hard worker, but starting in the summer of 2013, he took his off-season regimen to a new level, working out 3 times a day for 12 weeks. He wanted to ensure he had the legs to defend and produce offensively at a high level. And as always, his work has paid off.
Just 4 to shoot. Miller. Here's Marion. The stupendous finish. Marion's got his first basket.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Now, here is Foy. Off the screen. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
And you look at Aflalo, an all-star candidate last season. I think Orlando's losing record kept him out, but if he can continue to produce in a winning situation, I like his chances.
Gallinari against LeBron. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now a 4-point Cavalier lead.
You know, he's showing some kind of a killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
Outside, Robinson shoots from the elbow. That's good.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
Now here's LeBron. 10 points for him. Out left to the wing. Cleveland moving it around. Marion a screen on Robinson. LeBron against Gallinari. Fades back. James with the bucket. LeBron's got 12.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Outside Robinson. And Aflalo wide open. He shoots. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. And that's 11 points for Aaron Aflalo.
That's his 4th straight make right out the chute. He's setting a pretty high standard for himself here.
Yeah, it's the kind of start you want every game, but of course you rarely get it.
LeBron kicks to Marion. The pass to Thompson. Mozgov grabs the board. Robinson with it. He dishes it to Aflalo. Another 3 for Denver.
Tell you what, he's come into this game with the long-range stroke from the three-point line looking really solid.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Denver on top. They're up by 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Denver?
Now, they didn't waste any time getting into a groove out there. They're dialed in from long range.
Well, the job of penetrating that they've done so far has really been excellent. I mean, they've done a nice job driving to the hoop effectively.
Cavaliers trailing.
Cavs tried to make a push for the playoffs last season, in a way going against the grain, but instead a disappointing season when it was all over. Coach and front office questioning the team effort level.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Gallo and Fareed at the forwards. Foyle is out there with Robinson. And it's Hickson in at the center position. And here are the Nuggets now. The Cavaliers making the shot. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it to Fareed. Fades away. Sean Marion grabs the miss. Well, the Cavs did make some big changes from last season, and they shouldn't have a problem staying motivated, putting in the effort this year.
Well, you know, Kevin, last year they were a very young group and didn't have the vet presence they might have needed. With LeBron coming in, they've got brilliance in every category, leadership and play. He's got the clout of his championship rings. The whole mindset of the team is about to go to a very different and high level.
The shot's good from Fareed. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, you have to admire Dion Waiters' confidence as he feels he's going to be the next great shooting guard. Not shy to proclaim himself as the next in line. Waiters saying, I really believe that I'll eventually be the best shooting guard in the NBA. This year I'm going to show a lot of teams who doubted me and still doubt me. I'm going to show them. Can't wait to watch, guys.
Well, Doris, confidence so key in this league. Thanks. Fareed setting the pick for Robinson. Pass to Hickson. Fareed, left side. And the layup's good off the glass. Fareed's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Dellavedova dishes to Miller. To the inside. Thompson passes to Verejao. Floats one, and it's good.
Sean Marion.
Marion's got the game tied up here for the Cavs.
Great interplay there between those two teammates.
Fareed setting the pick for Robinson. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Robinson's got his second basket.
Very well executed pick. Give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Here's Dellavedova. And there's Verejao. That's good on the assist for Dellavedova.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. A different look now for Cleveland. Kevin Love's checked in for Johnson. Dion Waiters comes in for Mike Miller. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. The Nuggets also changing it up. Harris is checked in for Foy. And it's Lawson in for Nate Robinson. Throws it up high. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. A wide open look here for Marion. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Denver's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. And Gallinari kicks to Harris. Lawson dishes to Harris. Back to Lawson. No good on the triple.
Been a rough shooting night for him, but I don't mind that shot. He had a good look at it.
Waiters, good, and the assist goes to Irving. Waiters. 6 points for Dion Waiters.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
Lawson the pass to Hickson. Left side Harris. To the inside. Gallinari kicks to Fareed. Got it. Good job in the low post. Fareed's got 12 in the game.
Offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Feeds to Waiters. Love inside. Fareed on him. Shot's good from Love.
You know, Kevin Love is not just a great rebounder. He's one of the most complete offensive players in the league. He scores down low. He can make threes. There's not much he doesn't do offensively.
Fareed, a screen on Irving. 5 on the clock. Fires at the elbow. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
I tell you what, I can't argue with the result, but a little unnecessary to go to the off-balance shot there.
Kevin Love with great footwork and balance inside and out. On the perimeter, he can hit threes on the move. Inside, he knows how to use his pivot foot. Use up fakes to get himself to the foul line.
And it's slammed in by Varejao. And the Cavaliers lead by 2.
Was there any doubt what he was going to do with that putback? Flush it down.
Oh, that's some energy we just witnessed right there.
That's the kind of energy you need on the offensive glass. That's the only way to get it done.
Now here's Fareed. 12 points for him. Lawson kicks to Gallinari. From the wing. Jump shot is good that time. And Kevin Love drawing fouls in bunches, and Clark shoots a high percentage at the stripe.
Yeah, and he's an outstanding passer out of double teams too, Kevin. I mean, he really is a force, and he does it efficiently and low to the ground. You know, he's not a high-rising guy, but highly skilled.
Just another outstanding play down low. These teams couldn't be farther apart in their effectiveness in the paint today.
Yeah, that's right. It's been all good at one end, and we'll try to be diplomatic here and just say not so good at the other.
Here's Irving. Nice pass. Right into the run perfectly for the layup. Now it's a 4-point Cavalier lead. Lawson kicks to Hickson. To the middle. Love grabs the board.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Now here is Irving. 8 points for him. Pass to Marion. That's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession.
Remains Cleveland ball.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Nuggets. Chandler comes in for Gallinari. And the Cavaliers call time here.
You know, the Denver Nuggets had a ton of injuries last year. It's hard to say exactly where this team could have ended up if they were able to stay healthy.
So it's the Cavaliers now. 4-point game. The shot by Marion, no good.
As you said, Denver last year, injuries took their toll as 4 different players were shut down for the season.
Lawson dishes to Chandler. Denver passing it around. And Harris wide open. He shoots that one a little long.
Looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that miss.
Here's Waiters. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Injuries at every team, Clark, as you said, but when you lose as many as Denver, it's a bit different.
Yeah, it really is. And then you factor in having the first-year head coach, Brian Shaw, who I think is going to be outstanding, but injuries can take a toll on even the best of coaches.
Here's Waiters. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Nobody near Irving. Drills it from outside. Irving got 5 points in the quarter.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding.
Lawson outside. Now the feed to McGee. Shoots from the baseline. Good.
JaVale McGee.
McGee's got 6. Cleveland leading by 3. Irving drives in. Makes it off the glass.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, and unfortunately, their offense in the paint hasn't been a whole lot better.
Now Lawson. 10 points for him. In the corner, it's Harris. Back to Lawson. Shot clock at 6. Hickson sets the screen for Lawson. Off the pick. And Denver again with the bucket.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Irving kicks to Waiters. Love in the post. Hickson covering. And he gets it to go. Love's got the lead up to 5 now for the Cavs.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Now here is Harris. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Hickson tries to free himself up. McGee's shot is off. Cleveland leading by 5. Knocked loose. Here we go, 1-on-1. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Love's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Waiters passes to Irving. And here is Waiters. 8 points for him. 6 to shoot. Takes the turnaround J. The shot by Marion, no good.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
Harris misses.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
It's Marion with the drive and a foul call on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Sean Marion with 15 years in the NBA, a very good 15 years, basically talked about retiring even though he was still playing well at the conclusion of last season. Although I guess he did have a change of heart.
Sean Marion.
And Marion, a 4-time All-Star, one of the most athletic and versatile players in league history. Still an excellent role player, even after all these years.
And Marion has made a good chunk of change over his career. A lot of money. He said he wanted to walk away while he could still walk.
Yeah, well, he can't walk, and his game certainly could still walk and talk. An excellent defender, an energy player, a stat sheet stuffer. I'm quite pleased that he hasn't decided to hang him up yet.
Both good from the line that time.
Cleveland didn't quite meet their expectations last year, in part by how poor they shot at home. Hard to get wins when everything you put up seems to rim out.
Now here's Chandler. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And Aflalo kicks to Lawson. It can be doubly defeating, Clark, with the missed shots here at home. Not only are you not scoring, but then the crowd loses interest. They get out.
That's a great point. I mean, one of the benefits of being at home is having your crowd there energized and pulling for you. And if you're not making shots, they tend to sit on their hands.
And I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway jumper, but he gets it to go.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Yes, Kevin, Cavaliers head coach David Blatt, unknown here in the United States, but he spent the last 2 decades establishing himself as the premier coach in Europe. Last season, he led Maccabi Tel Aviv to an upset EuroLeague title. One GM described the team as, quote, outgunned at every position except coach. Kevin, it's been his dream to coach in the NBA.
Many consider him a genius-level coach. Doris, thanks. We'll see how he does. Here's Lawson. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Shot to stop the drought. A second chance effort. And the layup good by McGee. McGee's got 6 in the quarter.
The 2 points are pretty much a lock when they're able to get the ball into that position inside.
Irving dishes to LeBron. 51 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And that is good. LeBron's got 16 points.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
Now, here is Lawson. 12 points for him. On the wing, Chandler. Guarded by Marion. Here's Lawson. Good on the 13-footer. Lawson. 14 points for him.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
LeBron passes to Irving. There's the dish to Thompson. Ball's knocked loose. And they're on the break. Chandler against James. And McGee kicks to Lawson. Aflalo left side. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. 16 points for Aaron Aflalo.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. This shooting has been off the charts.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Cavaliers lead by 7. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, with LeBron and another dominant first half, how do you measure the balance between riding your hot hand and making sure the other guys around you are finding their rhythm?
We just got to be aggressive. All of us, including myself, got to continue to be aggressive in the second half.
LeBron, thank you. Kevin, they can't stand around and just watch him.
Thank you, Doris. Now the third.
Excellent game we've seen from LeBron. 16 points now. Very good as well.
Irving and Waiters, the guards. The two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. And it's Verjao in at the pivot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Now here's LeBron. Shot clock at 6. Now Verjao inside. Love trying to break loose. And there's Verjao. That's good on the assist by LeBron. James has got his 4th assist in this one. Aflalo outside. Here's Lawson. Soft touch off the glass. Lawson's got 16 points.
Well, that's one way to get your second half started on the right foot. An easy layup against some soft defense.
LeBron against Chandler. And James comes it down.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball, following the score by Cleveland. Tries from 10. Good on that shot. And with that, the Cavalier lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Aflalo. Verjao setting the pick for Irving. An easy layup after coming off the pick. He's got 17.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
Yeah, that's 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed on good looks right at the rim.
Now here is McGee. He's got 8. The kick out to Aflalo. Verjao against McGee. Tried to tip it in, but couldn't quite get it.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those, and this lead will be double digits.
Outside Irving. Inside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, Denver really took a step backwards last season, not only in results, but how they played. And one way that was evident was in their lack of success on the road.
Shooting for Cleveland.
Well, as you mentioned, Denver struggled on the road last year, guys. Just 14 wins.
Well, you look at how this team played the year before last when they were the 3 seed, and they still had trouble on the road. So not sure if it's the approach or the mindset, but it's an issue that this group needs to address.
And he makes the first.
The Cavs were an all-out mess last year, and a lot of that was because of their depth. They just did not have the punch off the bench to keep leads or bring them back into games.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And with the Cavs, their score differential for their reserves really tells the story. Just way too many points given away when that second unit came onto the floor. Something they needed to address in the offseason, and they did.
Now here's Aflalo. 18 points for him. Chandler outside. A 3-ball, and he gets it to go.
And their offense is flowing. It's clicking right now at the beginning of the second half. They've made 3 of their first 4 attempts.
And for the Cavs, depth certainly won't be an issue this time around. A lot of changes and growth for them, resulting in a much deeper and talented roster.
And you know, Kevin, people still underestimate the importance of having a strong bench. The Cavs really struggled with that last year, but with LeBron starting and pushing former starters to the bench, they'll be in a much stronger position.
Denver calls timeout. And as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade before coming back out of the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been physical, it's been fast, it's been high-paced. So anytime you're in a situation like this where it's really a hard-fought game, critical to keep yourself hydrated throughout.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
The Cavaliers leading by 7. And the Cavaliers call time here. Steve Kenneth Fareed really raised in the game. There's so many great stories when he was young. He was challenged by his family in so many ways on the basketball.
Yeah, the story goes that his father once dunked on him and said, never let anybody do that on you again. And apparently his mother told him they'd never pass him the ball unless he was tough enough to go get the rebound. So tough love, but apparently it worked.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey guys, well, Brian Shaw had some advice for the team over that last break. He wants to see renewed effort from them on the offensive glass. He talked about the second chance points that are out there if they work for them. He also urged them to drive the lane aggressively on offense, saying they won't be able to handle us if we can get bodies to the basket each and every time down the court. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris.
And you talk about Fareed's upbringing. His mother, a high school basketball star in her own right, was fighting for her life against the autoimmune disease of lupus. She demanded that he battle just as hard on the court. You can't discount that in driving Fareed to his greatness.
Here's Lawson. Anderson Verjao making his last shot. McGee is screen on Irving. Lawson kicks to Chandler. Kept alive. McGee's shot is off.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebounds.
Well, you have to rebound to win, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
Here's a follow, following the score by Cleveland. Chandler dishes to Lawson. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
That's his third personal.
Kenneth Faried ending up setting an NCAA record for career rebounds. He said he felt like every rebound was another day for his mother. And now, happily, she's doing better, and he's playing the game he was born to play.
For the Nuggets, Nixon comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Gallinari in for Wilson Chandler. A free throw off from Lawson.
Well, Anderson Varejao staying relatively healthy last season. That's to say he only missed 17 games. And that's a far cry from his previous 3 seasons where he played a total of just 81 games.
What a terrific job to get the release perfect that time. I thought it might get blocked or deflected, but nice stroke.
Even with giving up a lot of size in that matchup, still able to get off a nice long-range shot there.
And Varejao, Steve, has shown flashes of all-star caliber production at the center position. It's been his injuries that have really held him back.
Yeah, it's good to see him able to remain on the court for most of the season. I mean, tough year for the Cavs last year record-wise, but Varejao, for him, a step in the right direction health-wise. Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. And his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
Irving for 3. Gallinari with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 10. Fires from 14. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Gallinari's got 6.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulder. He's been tremendous offensively.
Here's Waiters. He's got 11. Over a follow. And counter the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Well, it's the edge they've had in that area on the glass that's played a big role in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
A different look now for Cleveland. Miller comes in for Dion Waiters, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. Denver also making some changes. Foy comes in for Aaron Aflalo, and Nate Robinson is subbed in for Ty Lawson.
Anderson Varejao, a quality defensive center. Great rebounder, moves his feet well, anticipates, plays with a ton of energy. He's one of those irritants. He gets under a lot of guys' skin.
The Nuggets trail by 11.
And Varejao coming in to the league primarily as a defensive energy guy, but he's expanded his offensive skill set and has made great improvement as a passer. From his rookie season to now, he's more than doubled his rate of assists.
He had a nice open look right there.
Nate Robinson.
That's 7 points for Robinson.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here's Varejao. Here's James. Love trying to break loose. Kept alive. And Varejao kicks to Miller. On the wing, James. Here's Dellavedova. Varejao passes to LeBron. Shoots over Hickson. That one off the back iron and out. And Varejao, a good decision maker, Steve, for a center. A 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio last year.
He had a terrific season as a two-point jump shooter. You know, able to spread the defense out a little bit and operate from the high post. You gotta like the defense not quitting on the play and getting a hand in the face.
Sure do. With a tough defender breathing down your neck, that makes it not an easy shot.
Here's Dellavedova. The drive by James. Fader on the way, and good on the basket. Bookins. LeBron's got 23.
Boy, they look helpless defensively.
Now, here is Robinson. He has 7. Here's Gallinari. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Varejao setting the pick for LeBron. Terrific design on the pick look, and he lays it in. 25 points in the game.
And another gap in the defense found right there. This is one of the worst defensive performances I have ever seen.
Hicks on a screen. Robinson goes in. Shot from the wing. Tries again. And it's Gallinari missing.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
Here's Dellavedova. Shot clock at 6. And he lays it straight in.
Matthew
And now
Dellavedova.
it's a 12-point Cavalier lead.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Now here is Robinson. And that one's good.
Nate Robinson.
Robinson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
Cleveland leading by 10. Here's Dellavedova. Passes it to Miller. He's looking for James and finds him. Misses off the right iron.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Or the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Robinson dishes to 4. This one for 3. Varejao comes up with the rebound. Varejao's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. You know, every year there are a handful of teams in the Eastern Conference that buck the trend against the West, and last year Cleveland was one of them.
And Kevin, as you said, most teams in the East struggled out of conference, but Cleveland was pretty solid
That's his
against the
first
West.
personal foul.
I think they'll be even better with LeBron.
Absolutely.
At the line
For the
for your
Cavs, they didn't
Cavaliers.
show up in the win column, but a
LeBron
lot of their
James.
losses to teams out west
At the
were
line
close
for 2.
competitive games.
He misses the free throw. Well, really, it was against the Southwest Division they struggled. A lot of East teams struggled against those teams, though. 6 teams from the East had 1 or less wins against the division all season.
Always tough when the East goes out west.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Marion comes in for Kevin Love. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
A lot of questions to ask about Denver after last season. Really, it's hard to get a read on how good this team is and can be.
Miller outside. Dellavedova kicks to Thompson. Cleveland moving it around. LeBron passes to Miller. Dishes to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. That's good. LeBron's got the lead up to 12 now for the Cavs.
You know, as you said, with where the Nuggets are as a team, certainly not as good as they were in 2013, but it's hard to say they were as bad as their record last year in 2014. I thought that team was better than it showed. That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
Dellavedova dishes to LeBron. Marion, a screen on Gallinari. Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right. Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
And here are the Nuggets now, following the score by Cleveland. And that one's good. Gallinari's got 12 in the game. And Steve, for the Nuggets, the truth lies somewhere in between what you said I would do.
I would agree with that. Lucky for them, you know, they aren't locked into any lengthy contracts, so they have a window of this year and maybe next to decide where to take this ship. Yeah, no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent, the result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
That's good.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him. And a 2-for-1 opportunity.
Yeah, they've got to hurry. Step on the gas here.
Dellavedova kicks to James. Marion setting the pick for James. James right side. And he can't bank that one in. Molinari passes to Robinson. Kicks in a screen on Miller. Robinson goes in. Good. Robinson's got 9 points in the quarter.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
LeBron, that's a 2-point. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
Just when it looked like the third quarter was over, they go and do that. They pin 3 more points on the lead in the cruelest of fashions.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Cleveland ahead. They're up by 8. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. The Nuggets trail by 8. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Lawson and Aflalo are the 1 and 2. JaVale McGee is out there with Mozgov. And it's Chandler in at the small forward. Now here's Aflalo. Moves back up. He takes it up and lays it in. McGee's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Nuggets. Raiders against Aflalo. Marion setting the pick for Irving. Here's James. And that one's good. James has got 17 now just in the second half.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Marion with it. LeBron outside. Irving. But they get it back. LeBron dishes to Waiters. Marion kicks to Waiters. 6 on the shot clock. Second chance shot, and it's good on the layup.
Waiters with the
and
shot.
The Cavaliers lead by 10.
The defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
Lawson kicks to McGee. Chandler with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron. The pass to McGee. Back to Aflalo with the shot. And he overshot that one, missing. The Cavaliers leading by 10. LeBron passes to Irving. On the wing, Thompson. Can't get it to go. Now Denver takes it the other way. And Aflalo wide open. He shoots. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Now here's LeBron, and it's JaVale McGee with the foul. Kevin Love's checked in for Sean Marion. And Denver with a change here too. Fareed is checked in. Thompson dishes to LeBron. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. James has got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
So he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
And Cleveland making a change here. Verajau's checked in. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey guys, well, Brian Shaw had some advice for the team over that last break. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
In the corner, it's James, and it's JaVale McGee with the foul. Here's James, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
At the line for your
And
Cavaliers.
let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Cavaliers.
Well, the points they've produced off their play in the post have been so valuable for them in this game, guys. I mean, it's been a huge part of what they're doing.
And they've really done a nice job on the glass, too. A lot of second chance points here tonight.
Free throw drops for James.
That's a good sign, Kevin. You like to see him getting to the line like that, but making them has been the challenge.
That one is no good.
He's been to the line here more than in the first. I thought he was a bit tentative in that first, but I like the aggressiveness he's showing here now.
Chandler's shot good.
And he was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
The Cavaliers leading by 9. Irving kicks to Verjao. From deep. And James with the basket on this is by Verjao. James has got 39.
His presence is very comforting to this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
McGee is screen on Irving. McGee sets the pick for Lawson. He feeds it to Aflalo. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Aflalo's got 9 points now in just the second half. For Cleveland, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Waiters with a screen on Lawson. No one near James as he lets it go. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Now he's playing with an edge here, playing extremely well offensively here in the second half.
Fareed setting the pick for Lawson. The shot by Chandler, wide open. And it's Denver scoring again.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Love with the screen on Lawson. Irving for 3. Denver grabs the miss.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bagels in the second.
McGee, the pass to Fareed. He kicks it to McGee. Knocked away and stolen by Irving. Love outside. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving got his 4th assist in this one.
They built this lead through plays exactly like that. He's easily been their most consistent performer.
Well, he's been splashing everything today.
He dishes it to James. And they double up James. Irving with a clean look. They get it again. The Nuggets trail by 12. Fareed setting the pick for Lawson. Off the pick. And he gets the bucket. Lawson's got 20 points.
Good job. Nice job by Fareed to lay into that defender. Put some wood on him with that screen.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
It's like he saw some things out there that needed adjusting and wants to talk it over a little bit with his club.
I don't think you can ever go wrong burning a timeout if you see something you don't like and you need to talk about it.
The Cavaliers leading by 10. LeBron outside. Soft touch off the glass. LeBron's got 43 points.
You know, offensively, his quarter has been perfect. Not a single missed shot. They got to keep riding him.
Here's Aflalo. Verjao grabs the board. Verjao's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Now, here is Irving. On the wing of Aflalo. He's covered by Irving. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, one thing you like about Aaron Aflalo, he's an outstanding post-up player for a guard. At 6'5", he's got a real knack for scoring with his back to the bucket.
And for Aflalo, Steve, around the top 5 in efficiency in the post in the entire NBA last season.
Yeah, and his sweet spot really extends on the court, not just from the post, but all the way to the corners. In fact, he loves to work the baseline, Kevin.
He's been absolutely in control. No slowing down for Aflalo. 25 points, and he's added to his numbers by hitting 4 shots from the three-point line.
Well, 12 points from long range, so the defense has to figure out a way to defend him a little differently, try to get into his airspace.
And he's good on the second.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
The Cavaliers leading by 11. James outside. Kicks it to Irving. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And that's 19 points for Kyrie Irving.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
And McGee kicks to Chandler. The three-pointer is right on target.
For 3.
Here's LeBron. Pass to Waiters. Back to James. A 3-ball. Shot's good by Waiters. Waiters got the lead up to 13 now for the Cavs.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this.
Yeah, he got waxed. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
And guys, the league has taken some steps to pick up the pace of the game. Over the last decade, we've seen a lot of rule changes with hand checks and zone defenses and tightening up flagrant foul rules and physical play in general.
And he knocks down the first one. And back to that move by the league to speed up the game. It doesn't seem like the league is done.
Yeah, you know, and I think more can be done, Kevin. Cutting down on timeouts. You see in soccer, they just run a little sponsor banner in the corner of the screen while the ball is in play. Continuous play. Continuous play. Reduce the number of free throws, I think, is another step. But that would be more a result of not fouling than teams not getting to the line.
The Cavaliers leading by 11. Now James feeds to Varejao. Puts up the baby hook, and again it's Cleveland. Denver's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. In low to Fareed, and stolen by LeBron. Irving with the ball. Now Lawson defending. Outside Irving. LeBron dishes to Irving. 5 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Waiters. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 5 assists in the game.
Man, they are spreading the floor and letting it fly, really knocking it down from outside.
And I love that gunslinger's mentality, Steve. Playing to win as opposed to playing it safe. I call it prevent offense when you try to protect the lead. Let it fly, let it fly, let it fly.
Now here is Varejao. Outside Irving. Back to Waiters. And again, it's Cleveland.
Waiters with the shot. It's always coming in bunches for him. And right now, they are really rolling.
Lawson the pass to Aflalo. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. Aflalo's got 14 points here in the second half.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts, and the complexion of the game as a result may change.
Shot on the wing. LeBron, good.
LeBron James.
And the Cavaliers lead by 18.
Tell you what, once he gets going like this, forget about it.
Well, he's in the zone, Steve. I mean, you've been there. Every time he touches the orange, he's looking to score.
Irving drives in and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That is on Ty Lawson.
The Nuggets have not done a good job defending against Irving.
19 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
Yeah, to watch him spread the ball around, get everybody involved is a
At
thing.
the line for your Cavaliers.
Well, last season, viewed as a bit of a hiccup in Kyrie Irving's rise to greatness.
line
His
for
shooting
two.
percentages fell, but he actually improved his assist-to-turnover ratio. He's cut his turnover rate every season, as a matter of fact.
That's good from Irving.
And for Irving, some have said he over-dribbles and tries to freelance too much offensively. They'd like to see him become more pass-oriented. Some of that really a function of personnel, but I think he can and will improve as a passer.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving. You talk about areas for Irving to improve, Clark. Defense certainly part of it.
Yeah, and with LeBron back, I think every player will be held to a higher standard defensively, no question. Kyrie is a player with a lot of responsibility offensively, but to be great, you got to do it at both ends.
Denver calls timeout. Well, since the turn of the century, guys, the Western Conference has ruled the roost, winning interconference matchups in 14 out of the last 15 seasons. To Steve, last season, the highest ever win percentage for the West at over 72%.
Yeah, and 8 of the league's top 10 teams played in the West record-wise. It may be time to take a fresh look at a top 16 playoff structure.
Now, here is Lawson. Aflalo kicks to Lawson. Back to Aflalo. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Cleveland. LeBron's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And last season, the 7th and 8th seed in the East made the playoffs with worse records than the 9th and 10th seeded teams in the West. Sure, the conference playoff structure reduces travel, but in the age of chartered flights, you could argue longer traveling distances are much less of a concern. And I would say amen to that.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard David Blatt as he addressed his team. Offensively, he wants them to work the ball around. He stressed the need to find good shots, not quick shots. After making that initial point, then he talked about not getting careless defensively. He wants them playing conservatively at that end of the court. It's pretty late in the game to be altering the game plan, but they're going to come out with a different look here, guys. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Here's Lawson. Aaron Aflalo picking up that last basket. Lawson kicks to Aflalo. Knocked away. Chandler, no good.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for the Cavaliers.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for LeBron. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do anything, really, to stop him.
And here's Irving. That's the Bergeron. Back to Irving. To feed the Raiders. Just 3 to shoot. From 18 feet away. Rebounded by Fareed.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Back to Lawson. Aflalo outside. And the layup is good.
Aaron Aflalo.
Aflalo's got 34.
Good possession there, resulting in the easy one down low.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, you guys had a tremendous second half. What were the things that had to happen to win this game?
No, we all contributed tonight, and if we have a well-balanced, scoring and we're efficient on both ends, we usually end up winning the game. And, like you said, the second half was big for us tonight.
It takes 5 guys to win it in the NBA. Kevin, thanks for your time. back to the table.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.